All right, so my aunt Claudia comes in, right? So, and I'm thinking, and this is how naive I was. But you know what? It wasn't even like that. I seen something where the woman was talking about like when you're a kind person, which I am. I used to think I was just angry person, but it was hurt. It was a lot of pain, and that's how it was coming out. Um, so she was like basically she when you're a nice person you're not gonna think like that, and I don't. And that was the thing, like I would just blindly be like, okay, there's no way people could be this cruel. Unfortunately, it is. There are ways that people can be this cruel, and like I would have never thought about it. But anyway, so my aunt flies in. She said, oh, I'm coming into Newark. She said, can I come see you? I got all excited because at this point I'm hurting. Like I'm really in a lot of pain. My grandfather had just passed traumatically, and I'm working. Was I at the hospital then? Yeah, I think I was working at the hospital, and I'm going through a lot. Like it was just so much. So what they thought they were gonna do is what they did to my aunt Vicky. My aunt Claudia comes in and she starts grooming me, and at that time, yeah, okay, you're going through so much. All the previous things that I had went through to this point, damn, I was strong to even like make it through that point, you know? Anybody would have needed to go talk to somebody or vent or whatever. So she starts telling me, and like, but pushing like that I need to, one, move away. She said, you should move away from your family because they're toxic, right? So and they were, but not as bad as them, my God, right? So okay, so here was the thing. So now they're grooming me while I'm in a very weak state. I'm guilty, I'm depressed, and they're grooming me, telling me that I'm crazy, right? People that didn't know anything about me before are telling me what I am and what I need. Somebody that didn't even want anything to do with me and didn't even like me. And she even said to me, she's like, oh, she's like, I want time. She's like, I'm sorry I was never there in the past. I want us to change now. My grandmother did the exact same thing. The exact same thing, and was like, oh, she was like, I know I wasn't there for you in the past, but now we're fix it. So what she told me I should do, right? She goes, well, you got to get away from here. You got to get away from New Jersey. This, go start fresh. So she says to me, go to your dad's, go, or you could come to Atlanta with her, or the option was to go to Florida with my grandma. And then my cousin Natalie also had a place to sublet in Rhode Island, right? So here, as naive as I am at this time, and like just blindly like looking for that love and support and thinking, oh, finally I'm gonna get what I've been craving since childhood that I never got from my parents, So I was like, all right. So I said, I'm a very forgiving person, and I'm aware, I'm emotionally intelligent enough to know that you don't drink poison and expect the other person to die. So I was forgiving to a fault, and that would screw me up a lot too when with narcissistic people, because of the fact that I just wanted to make things right and feel better again, and not be mad at somebody because I get mad and then it's done. Which it should be. You should feel an emotion and you should be able to get past it and communicate. But see, people that are looking to just take from you, and energy stealers and vampires and toxic people and narcissists, they they're just looking to take from you. They don't care. So if you allow it, you're just making it worse and worse, and that's when the gaslighting comes, the hoovering, and then it gets worse and worse. They get more and more abusive, and that's exactly what it is. And then the thing is, like, you end up, when you're abused as a child, your brain patterns start getting really messed up. You get PTSD, all types of things that you wouldn't even know. And you develop all types of traumas in conjunction with that. So, after all that, I'm going through all that, and yeah, you would be like, you would need somebody. But thank God, for whatever reason, I went a different route, and I was debating the fact, like, should I go see a psychologist, just to talk to somebody about everything and have somebody to, thank God I didn't. because that was like a precursor. That's what they did to my aunt. They had her on all types of different medications. They had her going to shock therapy. And I seen this when I looked at different text messages, which I posted text messages from like 2011 or something like that I had with my Aunt Vicky. Because her, I was kind of close to. Funny, the one that they got rid of, I was close to. Go figure. Maybe we had the same gifts, and maybe that's why whoever wanted them to do what they did, that was the sacrifice. You sacrifice for fame, fortune, and money, because, you know, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Yeah, so they told me those were the places I should go, and then I had something came up, because I do get, like, sometimes I'll get messages from the other side. And I got something, I guess, from my Aunt Vicky that I didn't even know was from her. And I was talking to my dad about moving in. And I said what I said about in regards to my aunt. And he, like, bugged. Like, I'm not even kidding. He was just like, you know what? He was like, maybe you should just go there. You should stay there because you're going to school right now and you're gonna just like give up on everything. He like freaked out, and basically he ended up doing what he did to me when I was a teenager. And basically like, yeah, you could live here, but we don't want you. We want you until you want to come, and then we don't want you. No. So he basically left me and was like, again, that was like my whole childhood of abandonment with him, and then would, I guess, feel bad later or whatever. So I didn't talk to him for a while, and then I tried to like talk to him again and make amends and forgive him, and I should have just left it alone. But anyway, right, so it ended up to where I ended up in Rhode Island because I was crippled again. I couldn't walk. My back was severely like out, and my knee was really bad. I had to move from my house, pack it all up, and drive to Rhode Island by myself. Rhode Island, Massachusetts by myself with a busted knee and a knee brace on. I'd had to like sit and go up and down the steps, up and down the steps, up and down the steps. But in the meantime, my uncle Robert decided he was probably going to get involved with my family on my dad's side, and he was going to go and help them in any way he can. I don't know the extent of it, but I have a feeling everything's going to eventually come out. And like I said, what was done in darkness will come out, you know, because there's no way. I am so lucky to be alive, because the state of mind that I was in at that time, it would have been easy. And there were times that I thought about it, and to just end the pain, whether it be the physical or the emotional. I did think about it at that time. I was in so much pain. And at that time, my family too, when I was working during the pandemic, it was the first year. It was the first holidays without my grandfather. My grandfather had died November 19th was what I think when we took him off life support. So it was a few days before that, and that was when he passed. And like I said, it was so traumatic. And when he passed, it was Thanksgiving time, like a week later. So the next year I was working during the pandemic in the hospital, and they would do messed up stuff to me, like just to hurt me. And then this is what a narcissist will do. They'll do screwed up stuff to hurt you, but they'll make it like it's valid. They'll find a way to validate it. So at that time, everybody was bugged out over COVID, right? Okay, so everybody's upset about COVID. And it would have been a valid concern if it was an actual concern and not a way to like actually like isolate me and stick it to me.